second season. If you hear stuff going on in the background, don't worry, it's just my fan. Finally, shit's starting to get warm around here, and I'm just trying to enjoy it, but I still got the fan, I got to bust out the fan. So, if you hear that, don't be distracted. Just listen to the sweet sounds of my voice, you feel me? Thank you. Anyway, I'm crazy. On to this episode of Lucha Underground. It was a pretty good episode, but the main event just made it fucking phenomenal, in my opinion. Just made this probably one of my favorite shows of the whole week, and I loved Raw. I didn't get a chance to review Raw this week, but I absolutely loved Raw. And AJ Styles and Sami Zayn had one hell of a match on that show. But on this show, the main event in the first round of the Trios tournament, the main event that we got on this show was just excellent shit. We'll get into that though. Let's just start off from the beginning. So we start off in El Jefe's office, that being Dario Cueto. He's in his office talking to Taya, Johnny Mundo, and they call him Cage. He was talking to them about how, last year in the Trios tournament, I put, Angelico, Son of Havoc, and Evilise together, and they won, and they're even Trios champions to this day. So, putting these thrown together, random, don't get along tag teams together, it proves that it works. So I want to put you three together. Cage wanted a match against Mundo, but Dario said no, and he put these three together as a team. So they came out later on in the main event. The first match of the night was Killshot versus Argenis. This was a different Killshot than we're used to. This coming off of that vignette that we saw, I believe it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. I talked about it. Showing him with his military background and all that kind of stuff. And I was talking about how, that's great and all, but with the kind of move set that Killshot has, the high flying and all that kind of shit that we've seen of him, that don't really match. That don't, it's cool and all, but that don't really match his character. Now it matches his character. He kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't want to say he was, fighting heelish, but he was fighting more, more like with more precision, like everything mattered, almost like an assassin, a sniper, making like swift moves and all that kind of stuff, like precise moves and that kind of stuff. The finish came. Killshot won, but he won. He had Argenis up on his shoulders for like it looked like an electric chair, but he like brought him down and had his head tucked in, and he drove Argenis' head and neck right into the mat and gave him cradle pinned him pretty much. It looked brutal as fuck. Never seen Killshot do anything like that. So not a lot of crazy high flying stuff from Killshot this week. It was definitely a different Killshot, which is welcome in my opinion. Up next we had it was a backstage thing. It was right outside of Dario Cueto's office. Actually, it was Black Lotus. She was almost kind of like guarding the door, pretty much. I don't think this was inside the temple. Maybe it was, but I don't think it was. I think it was still outside his office. And Dragon Azteca Jr. approached her. He was talking to her about remembering the plan and all that kind of stuff. He asked her if she knew who killed his father, and she told him it was the monster Matanza and all that kind of stuff. And he told her to stay close, and all that kind of stuff. That bitch. I don't know. I really don't know how this is going to end, because Dragon Azteca Jr., he wants Matanza, and the police chief, she wants Castro and Joey Ryan to get Dario. So all this stuff is conflicting all at once, and eventually it's gonna get let out that Black Lotus is the one who killed Dragon Azteca Jr.'s dad, Dragon Azteca. So I'm liking all this stuff. I'm liking it. Then from there we transition back into Dario's office. He's talking to a newcomer to Lucha Underground, a newcomer to the temple, if you will. That being Daga, who's apparently he competes down in Mexico. I haven't really heard of him. I didn't do much homework on him before this video, but he's new, and Dario put him in the first match to for the Gift of the Gods thing. So the seven ancient medallions, they're coming back into play this season like they were last season. Like we saw Phoenix, he won and he lost it, but then he won it back and cashed in for a shot at Mil Muertes for the title, and he won the title. So it has benefited him. So now the medallions, they're returning, and now we're leading up to that. 7 people, they'll win those medallions, compete in a Gift of the Gods match, and the winner will win that title, and they can cash it in for a shot at the Lucha Underground champion anytime they want within a week's notice. So we had the first match here. It was Daga making his debut against Tejano. I like saying his name like that. They had a pretty good match. I've said it before. Tejano, he could be something big in WWE. I think if they're looking for a new Latin star in WWE, and Kalisto, he can fill that role of Rey Mysterio, being that kind of thing, appealing to the kids with the mask and all that kind of stuff, even though he is very underutilized on that roster. And he's the United States champion, but he's still completely underutilized. But regardless, if they looking, I just look at Tejano and think, he's tall, has a good physique, and he's Latin. I don't see how WWE is not chomping at the bit to make sure they can get him out of his contract with Lucha Underground and AAA and all that kind of stuff, and sign his ass to WWE and hotshot him on the main roster and put the world championship on, because Vince would. Just looking at him and then knowing that he's Latin, oh yeah, they would jump on that. This was a good match. Tejano ended up winning with the powerbomb, so he is the first to win one of the 7 ancient medallions. So we'll see all that in the future. We got 6 more matches to go as far as that's concerned. And then we go to another backstage skit. It's Katrina. She's Mil Muertes, he's on his knees, kind of having his own little ritual in front of a bunch of candles and all that kind of stuff. She comes in and she tells him that their disciples, they're gonna be competing in the trios tournament next week, and they beg for his forgiveness, and she was talking to him about how they won't fail again, even though they probably will. But she said that they'll win the trios titles and you will become the Lucha Underground champion once again. Even though, Matanza, he's unlike anyone you've ever faced. He might be the biggest challenge, even a bigger challenge or a bigger obstacle than that earthquake that created you. The story about the earthquake and how Katrina saved him and all that kind of stuff. So she threw that in his face. And then he growled and threw his fist up in the air, and that was that. So we're getting that match next week. And then the main event. It was the another first round match in the trios tournament. It was the team of Johnny Mundo, Taya, and Cage against Rey Mysterio, Dragon Azteca Jr., and Prince Puma. This match, I can't even call the amount of just crazy shit that happened in this match. Just know this match was fucking awesome. You need to look this shit up. You need to look it up. Luckily, I got DirecTV, so I basically have every single channel ever. So I get Lucha Underground. I just don't watch it on Wednesday nights because I'm busy on Wednesday nights. But I'm able to, record it and save it on DVR and watch it, usually the next day or even on Friday or something like that. But go out. I haven't always had DirecTV. I've only just now gotten DirecTV. Within the last 6 months, I've gotten it. So before that, I found ways to watch Lucha Underground, you need to find a way to watch this match because this shit was just incredible. So many great spots. Rey Mysterio was awesome. Prince Puma was awesome. Dragon Azteca Jr. was awesome. Mundo and Taya, they did their thing. Cage, just a fucking beast. At one point, Cage did like a fall away slam on both Dragon Azteca and Prince Puma. Like, he already had Dragon Azteca on his shoulder, and then Puma came flying off the top rope, and he caught him while already holding Dragon Azteca. So the dude's a machine. That's what he says. So much stuff to call. Oh my gosh, so many fucking Hurricane Ranas and all that kind of stuff. The finishing sequence was crazy. You know, Mundo and Taya and Cage, they were all discombobulated all throughout the match. It was a lot of similarities between this match and last week with when the Mac teamed up with Marty the Moth and Mariposa. It was kind of that same situation here. You know, the Mundo and Taya, they're you know, unified and all that kind of stuff. And then here comes Cage. You know, he's a rival and he's being forced to team with them, but at some point he just has enough of it. And there's one point he clotheslined the shit out of Johnny Mundo, and then the finishing sequence, it was all crazy. Got knocked out on the outside. Dragon Azteca, I think he gave Taya a Hurricane Rana, and Rey Mysterio, he gave Cage either a Hurricane Rana or a seated senton, one or the other. And then in the ring, Puma, he hit the 630 on the 630 splash, that is, on Mundo, and got the victory for his team. I can't do this match justice by talking about it. Just know this match was great. I don't know if it was the best match all week. Like I said, Sami Zayn and AJ Styles, I think I would give the honors to those two from Raw. But this match, this shit was great. And they didn't go off the air with this. They went off the air with Dario Cueto talking to his brother Matanza Cueto. He had him locked up in a cage and told him, like, you know, you're valuable to me. You know, what you do with your valuables, you lock them up. And just be ready to destroy Mil Muertes next week. So, looking forward to next week, especially coming off of a great show like this. So, this was one of those matches that just proved to me once again why I fucking love Lucha Underground so much. So, I am looking forward to next week, but damn that main event. Crazy shit. But, yeah, man, I'll see y'all later.